Do not let anybody lie to you. John Mahama and NDC Abu Ejuma 120 days where you won't be da in the history of Ghana, and we will support this government. We will make sure say Aban we better swatch it. Remember say 120 days now say GM be dear na why no. We need to understand the John Mahama administration led by John Mahama himself, no. Ejuma o maye no. So ya Ghana ni na wama we ni anto form na wentia MPP for Ejimi for Bedwins ebemo adwene ayo se bibiansi nyoma esipa. People are taking advantage of the government good policies. John Mahama ebo a o she Ghana for nyina sa ebo no John Mahama ediso. And let me tell you, John Mahama from day one, catch him say, Onya Nyankopon. But when it comes to politics in Ghana, open politician obeka no krachro, and our political party obeka no krachro a NDC. And why? Because a bar NDC for share the social contract they actually had with us before election 2024. That contract between the NDC and the mobile form government, that contract, they are fulfilling theirs. They are part of the contract. We as citizens, our job is to support and pay our taxes. So far, we have been paying our taxes. What has the government done? Sir, in some NDC, political party in opposition, have they been able to fulfill? Have they been able to prove to us, say, they are different from the NPP? Because a party, the so the question here is the NDC different from any political party in Ghana? The reason I'm saying that is to say, at this point, I don't want to compare NDC to MPP or MPP to NDC. The reason is that the NPP does not qualify to be compared to the NDC. They are not there yet. They cannot talk about anything now. So I can say compare us to the NDC. It is for now, no. I will not bring NPP close to NDC because in terms of nokre, in terms of helping Ghana for by telling them the truth and delivering, the NPP cannot compare itself to the NDC. In terms of people appreciating what a government and a political party has done in their lives, the NPP cannot compare itself to the NDC. At this point, I don't put the NPP and NDC on the same pedigree. I am still waiting, or we are still waiting for a party that will show, that will brand itself. Actually said they can, in the future, try and compete with the NDC. But so far, right now in Ghana, name any political party, it can compare itself to the NDC. I don't know, unless you don't want to be truthful to yourself. Unless you don't want to speak truth to yourself. Because all person kind of crepa. As we speak right now, no political party in Ghana can compare itself to the NDC. And not even the NDC being in power. It is just the NDC as a political party. When you pick them as political parties and you look at them as political parties, you look at the leadership, the way they do their things, the way they present themselves, the way they are able to send message, the way they respect and the way they adhere to rule of law. You can see clearly, say, we always make a big mistake by comparing the NPP to the NDC. Why should any Ghanaian today compare the NPP to the NDC? Because there's nothing about the NPP that at the end of the day, you can compare to the NDC and you say they are at par. There's nothing. What is it? Leadership? The NPP has no leadership. Achievement in governance? The NPP has no achievement in governance. When we are talking about truthfulness, the NPP is not truthful. When we are talking about delivery, when we talk about promises and delivering on your promises, the NPP for the past 8 years, even including Kufuor, the things they told Ghanaians, they could not deliver even 20% of it. Their own flagship program that they made noise about, one district, one factory, today none exist. We are talking about free SHS, it collapsed under MPP. We are talking about one constituency, one dam, it never existed. We are talking about them bringing the dollar from 16 to, they did not do anything. The job unemployment was out of the roof. Inflation in the history of the Republic of Ghana, MPP took it to 54. Today, we are looking at inflation dropping to like 12 by December. This is what we are talking about. So, when you put the MPP and NDC on a scale, we should not even try and put these two political parties on the same scale. The gap is different. The approach by these two political parties are different. So we are still waiting for a party that is mature, that is intelligent, that is importantly truthful to the people to compare to the NDC. Now, this is first 120 days of John Dramani Mahama. Let's see what the NDC government, Omaye, under John Mahama, first 120 days, have they been able to deliver? Have they fulfilled their part of the bargain? Let us see. When in your mind, I was say, these are the things that MPP want to mean here because Omajin deep. Omajin so much distracted, but they cannot distract you because we are here to make sure the right thing is done. They will come and insult, forget them, they are frustrated. The NPP as a political party, the young ones are frustrated. They don't have anybody they can look up to and say, where do you hope would hope in why not hope one more NPP? There's nobody. Baumia is a liar. He said he's not truthful. Kennedy Japan is not mentally stable. Who can say I am the leader of the NPP? The minority leader is a thug, beating policemen. This is a party that belongs to the bin. Now let's look at NDC. First 120 days. John Mahama, in fact, he said, Yabwa, Diabeka, Yabwa, no Kabotaka, show so. No, I can say, in some way, I can know. Kevin Taylor Boa, NDC for Boa, never can't the end of credit share. I keep telling you, we will never have a perfect government. But what we are seeing here, what the NDC is doing, what John Mahama is doing, it is next to perfect. That is why we are happy and we are comfortable with this government. Now, nominate within the first 14 days the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. John Mahama Shebo said, Oba power, the first 14 days, Oba nominate the cabinet. John Mahama delivered. 2. Constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office. In less than 90 days, John Mahama to me put it together the smallest, the leanest government. And then I say, John Mahama is still serving, or is still ruling, or is still governing. Very important word, governing, with 58 ministers. But Okase or the 16 ebeye. Now, John Mahama has even dropped to 58. It shows to say, in some kind of position, or deliver an said, establish a robust code of conduct and standard for all government officials. John Mahama yesterday launched the code of conduct. A book and I say conduct and ethics about na appointees senya ejuma omoye no embrabe da ho ombe ejuma no. John Mahama deliver and also deliver. He has delivered. These are the things or promise in opposition say in the first 120 days no be, and all these things he has done it. This is why you need to keep the NPP out of power. This is why the NDC needs to rule for a very long time, because I'm kind of crazy. Number 4, hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. John Mahama, about power in less than 3 months, in less than 120 days, in less than 90 days, or to me put together a national economic dialogue. And then I'm organizing what we need to do to save our economy. And no best brains when it comes to economic dialogue. Economy came together to give the government their piece of suggestion. The government took it in good faith. John Mahama promised, he delivered. And it's ended the dollar in less than 4 months. It has dropped from 16 to 13. It shows you say this is a government deliver. John Mahama shebwa odiso. And it's now said Debiano Ujidi say the opeso obey. In fact, John Mahama is really with 56 ministers, not 58. Now, point 5. Ediana John Mahama Kaya or say, within my first 90 days in office, scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business. E-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on bet winnings, and emission levy. John Mahama said the first 90 days, first 3 months, obey e-levy. Okay, so obey COVID-19 levy. Okay, so obey a 10% levy on bet and bet tax. And okay, so obey emission tax. In 90 days, John Mahama, you win if you. This is the delivery. I can wasem. This is no krena John Mahama. First 90 days, the okay so obey no. Sa nyumba we in 90 days, in 3 months. John Mahama opposition or share Boahen or share or say within my first 90 days in office, review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. Time of opposition, say so in the first 90 days, the Boahen say equipment I importing. Sebio ebe agriculture adwuma no obe review taxes so send ye general taxes and them no kind John Mahama mana yemra ya share taxes ebe general sa equipment so tractor any equipment edi ye adwuma ma ekuayo ekoso no John Mahama share opposition so oba nyoma send ye yi no port no obete so and them no ka say John Mahama in 90 days no less than that wa share sambra no ma yate so John Mahama shebo NDC ya shebo a omodi so aban papa aba aban we na also do any to omo so John Mahama aban we eka no kore. Now, there no kind be ma Boahen or share with this. John Mahama said, commence drafting needed legal amendments and prepare for implementation of 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president. And the Menoka say the team that is supposed to sit and make sure they draft a solid policy that will guide the 24-hour economy, and that team has been launched. John Mahama within 90 days, 120 days. John Mahama, Adio can say obey about 24-hour economy. Sesiano, it is in progress. Almost started. This is a president who speaks truth. Mesidi Osi Abuano, or Chinombra shows no make say John Mahama Bua Onyeye. Ghana for when Asempano, when no Kreno. Now, Diana John Mahama Kanya or Waya Sebio, Amon Person Becano Crachamo. This is what, or these are some of the things Wasa Ediso. When you John Mahama ye. Or say establish an accelerated export development council, that's the AEDC, to promote exports as part of a broader strategy for economic transformation. Okay, so obe establish an accelerated export development council. Send be ye nyoma ye no krum ha no ye kotona bruchira. Okay, so obe ti ye ekua ebehwe so na omani akọ ho send be ye betumi produce more na sebe osanyoma no ye betumi eden aton wa bruchiri. Ono aka say sa ye AEDC we ono na betena pono no so ono na de ni behwe ono na sebio obeye chairman or catch say ono na obenya special attention to make sure this works. And then okay say John Dramani Mahama why establish it and neni wo ho say ekuafo ene nyoma ye dua no kroma ye pese ebi ebusu aye ton no abruchiri no ono na mama neni akọ se de be ya ye export no ebe exceed ye import eba sana ye benya sika as oman na ye so ye de aboman ho bra. John Mahama shebowe John Mahama aye. Now, convene a national consultative conference on education to build consensus on needed improvement to the sector. John Mahama Boahen in less than 90 days and organizing Ghana for nyina ahemfo ekuafo soldier for police for educationists eye omo amako school omo teachers odo omo nyina kwotena ase and ye nyina adwene sene ebe ya eye Ghana adesua no ye betumi ehu sene ye betenetene no ene ntina ende ohwe school for aduane ya ejina ne na so sene ye bebesi schools ni bia ka ho sene infrastructure sene school curriculum no eye we nyina eye ade a John Mahama share opposition a me no ka say in 90 days ya na okasa obeye no John Mahama ebo a wo share no we di sa ebo no so. Now oba eye bibi to say implement the no academic fee policy for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions. Now I'll say universities, college of education, nursing training institution, and etc. John Mahama wo position no okase so oba enkwara moko tertiary institutions eye aban institutions to say nursing colleges eye aban dia eye teacher training eye aban dia eye bibi to say university eye aban dia eye polytechnics eye aban dia. John Mahama shebo position said the first 90 days no or the mbrabeba enkwara moko eye tertiary institution eye aban dia no obia first year on tiateku ende mbra no wahye ema ende enkwara wo school obia ntiateku. John Mahama shebo John Mahama near to Nchia and John Mahama ediso. This is what we call a government that is working for you. Me person obi weka say yeboa na John Mahama nyeye de ebobi a wahye bia no ye dwudwam we na kire say aban we aban pa eba abeden ebeji Ghana edi no kure edi ne mra so. Now over the other part ene nyoma why in less than 90 days ebinie. Introduce the following social interventions: free tertiary education for persons with disability, the Ghana Medical Care Trust. Odinkan share your bottom and unya power and say the 2 minimana or baby friend the Ghana Care Trust, Mahama case, and the menokasi alanche or the first 6 months salary or the gum or say a year appointee bia or wa by mubiano almost first month salary no waje edia koto a year Mahama case no a year footwa watia to wa sebio yare kwankro a echire Ghana for so ekunipa or say eyadia edana koma so ne maame ne papa yare ebo mu a eyesikasem nti omontumi ansa sa yare no yare ne bi wo ha sebio ebo wa wodi beko wuom na ebehia se yebeso ano yebebrabra no John Mahama ate foto se ne be ya eye MPP chairman a owo brekum sebio sekokoram anase ne kidney yare eba saa nipa no we nye sika yade saa foto we sika no ebehwe no John Mahama shebo ende me no ka sei saa ebo na John Mahama share no waye den we di so osa shebo se eye sebio ye ne no mo aka people with disability omo person omo tertiary institution no or say or create eye bibi e frɛ no free tertiary eye tuition and education for ye nuanom omo aka people with disability ende me no kan ayemra se obi no waka na oko tertiary institution oko university polytechnic aban ebefa eyede education no enho kakakra na aban so aso omo asene. This is what John Mahama eshebo ewo position in first 3 months. John Mahama ayeden with this idea we suma ende abaye mra Ghana for ena sebio ye di ho de we na kire aban papa we na kire president onim nyansa sebio oba say obechekere man ebi any commends the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary secondary schools. John Mahama opposition or shebo or the first 90 days no obe pass mra ye nuanom emma omo GSS to SS obia every month aban be supply sanitary pad emom de siesie omo mama ye masima sebio omo ho beti omo sebio ombenya confidence no as women sebio de ya dini ye nyina ko GSS se oba be wo GSS akora be wo GSS na wabu ni nsa na sebio bibi nti oni sika o de beto pad owo SS na sebio senia emane de ma no so beba nipem sebio manu susumina so ebi mu ho a omuntumi sebio ensiesi omu ye nti na ama enka aba omu ho saa nyome nyina ne John Mahama ne Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman adwene wehu se ebe hia se aban ebe che sanitary pads e de ama nkwara se ne be ya SS ene GSS fo no sebio aban so betuma so omasene na bosumi bia no aban be ma omo sanitary pad a omo de be den omo de be bo omo ho bra. These are things that John Mahama ekan ya and the menoka say John Dramani Mahama ediso ema sebio wamano abede amana abemra. These are very important things that also Ghana for nyina yeti ase aban na ba ema aban no edijuma. Now first 90 days in yeka introduction of the following social interventions and maka commends the distribution of free sanitary pads and maka institute inquiries and all forensic audits into the following matters of public interest. Collapse the indigenous Ghanaian banks and financial institutions at a supposed cost of 25 billion Ghana, illegal printing of money, the 58 million National Cathedral scandal, illegal and inflated single source contracts, COVID-19 expenditure scandal, PDS, Ejapa, SML ambulance, spare parts deal, 13th African Games, Skytrain, Paulugu Dam, Math Set scandal, Galamsey fraud, missing excavators and tricycles, Sputnik V and Boss scandal and others. John Mahama Kase Oba or baby making sure say nyoma any chronubia akoso ye di Ghana for the past 8 years no obehwehwem and menoka say national service for omasem el court menoka say Boahen national signal bureau for boss no and the ugina court and in Sembe John Mahama kan Ahmed Swale in some kan so bema sebio ya start investigations and menuma and obigina court ya bonu kwedua and the court di hu asem John Mahama eka say bibi te say ejapade deal no obebie so am ye hu nokure wom PDS krono ankofo boy nokure wom and the John Mahama we the police investigation department any attorney general menoka say attorney general ehwe ho edi hu dwuma ohyeyebo say onfa bibia nsie menoka say John Dramani Mahama achirem amasisia no de okan no wase na oyo we na kire say MPP they can never compare themselves to the NDC when it comes to governance, honesty to the people. Now edie bio na John Mahama ayen in the first 90 days amanfo no epeso mo distracting mo person behu we nyina ye ebo a wo share Ghana fo a ende me no ka say John Dramani Mahama we di sa ebo ni nyina so or say institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets and rich ya John Mahama amana yemra wo ye eye government appointee a anase oye adwuma wa ban mu a you don't have emran say eni say emrane ma ho kwan se obeto aban ejapade and wa pass samra no in 90 days ebo hye John Mahama di so amana be yemra umpe we na opeka ya motium we eso John Mahama ye allocate seed money for the establishment of the Women's Development Bank and the menoka say the first budget ato forcing Minister of Finance eridi echere Ghana for ye twa sika pudio e de ato a ye de ba be chekere Women's Bank ebo a o share Ghana for Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman share Ghana for ma say Women's National Bank and Women's Bank no NDC ba omobeye and your first budget eridi ye nyina ete Finance Minister etwa sika pudio ato a Women's Bank no o ma start edi ho dwuma 90 days ebo o share Ghana no John Mahama ediso now launch the following priority job creation programs in the first budget. Ejumawura program and the Menoka say Andre Chiana John Mahama Elanchi Ejumawura program and the young people in Ghana omo entrepreneurs person abai so masene John Mahama Elanchi program now omo nyina no they are getting access to funds almost so eba entrepreneurs self-sufficient to be able to operate their own business. John Mahama Eshebo why something like the National Apprenticeship Program. Menoka say ya launch the Andre Chi National Apprenticeship Program and the Ghana for and the obi ho a master or a seamstress or a master or a welder or a master and Korakura Moshana so betumo do work program nibi and the ordinary Ghanaians omogin say bibia jegu no they can be part of the National Apprenticeship Program aban eboa embebunu emomonya insanu dwuma sebio owi a wosumomo emomonya dwuma paye we any nyoma John Mahama ehye ebo a menoka say John Mahama ediso a abeye mra bibi ete say de 1 million coders program and a week ago and John Mahama launched 1 million coders program and menoka say over 250,000 young people are being trained right now ebo share Ghana for menoka say sa ebo no with so Emma the communications minister Sam George and John Mahama and a launchy program now menoka say your Ghana mebunua they are learning to become coders pay 1 million and so as time goes on young people will be trained 1 million young people and this program too is ongoing abino ebo share John Mahama ebo share in opposition now odiso in less than 90 days we na kire say obaye say obesom na wamba say obewia wekum na wasai ti say kufuado ba womia any Kennedy Japan now bibi to say Labour for lay before Parliament new bill to streamline government scholarship administration, prohibit political appointees from accessing government scholarships, and eliminate political patronage, cronyism, nepotism, and corruption in awarding government scholarships. And the Menoka say John Mahama at the bill na Parliament and oye aban mu nipa wontumi enkoje scholarship ema ho maumba sebio John Mahama de mrato ho oye aban mu nipa wontumi emfa we influence enkoje scholarship na sebio ehiafo ma kokofo a omudua koko eyekuafo omudua koko omudua de in Yaba, Omo de Boa Ghana, Omo Asebio, Omo Ebini Omusema, or say a scholarship number Omombano, Sanko from deny Omo John Mahama de Mraba, and the Abamunipa, and the Omo Omi Patituno, Omuni access to scholarship. A more Ghana for Sebio, a mobile of one, Mona more access to scholarship, or the Samra to Parliament, and the Yakam Wasama, Inti Abayemra, way any Yoma John Mahama Shebo, with this. Now, or say, ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves, roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water Initiative to heal and sustain and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. John Mahama Kaso Beshe, Eye Emra, sani ebetuma bo edien ye man ye ban ye nsuo ye nsase ene ye kwaye ho ban me no ka sei aban kasa mafo panyini Felix Ofosuko ache o ye MP waka o se aban no se Parliament esaba eli sebio ebane nkofo se omuntumi nko ye kwayem dokodoko enkotu sika kokko no Parliament saba samra ne ye behye ema ye twem Ghana ni bia oye mining legitimate or illegitimate obia ni obetuma kokwayem akoti sika kokko ende me no ka sei ade a aban no de akoto Parliament bie pe ye behye mra na sebio Ghana ni bia ni wa obetumi ewura kwaya kesiem akotu egudie Nana do danko ekufuado ene ma galamsefo ho kwan emomwura obi te se chema wuntumi omutumi wura kwayem ekobu ye ndua se ye nsuo John Mahama shebo se so obedi tumi a samra no obetwam ene me no ka sei wasa aka through government senior communicator Felix Ofosuko ache Okasama Jubilee House and our Flagstaff House or say aban say Parliament sa reconvene and our Parliament ba sebio omubedru ye na samra no omne beko emyetwam obia eni ho kwan a obewura kwayem akoyeden ako to sika kokko we boy John Mahama say John Mahama say sabon with this now about other things that John Mahama boy share with this wa ebinie eboni binie na John Mahama kan opposition wa share sebio waye say wo se boy kokko bi o Facebook o YouTube any TV na ka na Ghana for tie when you no kre fenchem ye dwudwam ama wo hu no kre no de ekọ. Now I say the launch the Black Star Experience Initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, arts and tourism brand to transform Ghana into a preferred tourism destination. 3 days ago, na John Mahama launched a Black Star experience. How beautiful it looked. You artists and the talented people are in our creative art industry. They who are support John Mahama. So they need to uplift our creative art and also tourism attraction around the world. Into right now, no, or share boss say the creative art no on John Wichi and the Menokai or Dominaba on board. While launch it's a program, it has an office. We are now going to find a way to make sure say your creative art and your tourism sector no it will be uplifted for the world to know, recognize. Say Ghana no it's a tourism hub. In the John Mahama Shebo position and I'm not say sa ebono washe ediso as our lunch into the creative art so way out of goodwill no they are all willing to help this government, this president to make sure say your tourism hub and our industry no any creative art industry no it will be lifted to that level where they will be paid well, it will be attractive, it will be lucrative, it will bring more investment and more revenue to this country. John Mahama Shebo position and I'm going say governance at its best. John Mahama has launched the Black Star Experience. Commence investigative process to purge state security agencies of all militia and vigilante elements. Menoka say Jakwa Munyina Ebo Ejuma Oshebo say police, military, any national security, any abai, ahobambo, agency bia, na yadi nipe bia kweshem te say double moi, no mu botuo, aya waso West Wagon, en konfobi, ede nyomakata obenima, ombeku nipa botuo no, John Mahama Shebo position so oba, agencies we nyina no, obe make sure say, ya sanctify, ya claim, ya make sure say, aboni form wo mu nyina, ye yo mu nyina from, and I the Ghana military are doing so, the Navy are doing so, the Ghana police service are doing so, the leadership have been changed and they are making sure the right things are done. Into John Mahama Bo share in opposition in as you can see, he has delivered and he will keep delivering because John Mahama Eshe won bo and John Mahama is doing it. Now, Edia Bimna John Mahama Eshe Humba Waya Mechechi Mwacho. Reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases, including the 2020 election killings, Ayawaso West Wagon by election violence, murder of Ahmed Hussein Swale and Silas will chami. Now, John Mahama in opposition, or catch Ghana for say, a war, any would be a course. Sebio, I was say, Yashishum, Nehu, a woody for Omudisa, would you know. John Mahama Gasa Obedrupe. Obama Attorney General, no, Police CID officer, no, FBI investigations into all these matters. Ahmed Swale, the Amino John Mahama Betna so in the 90 days now, and or the comma CID say, Omushim, Nanipa or Bo Ahmed Swale Tuno, Yachino, any Nipa or Sumano, any Omobukan from accomplices. Menoka say, Yachinipa, Yachobi de Dia, any Negina Quarter, Ye Dia Samna, Din Attorney General Ekutim. Sa in Sama Akaswa, 2020 election killings no Attorney General say kratani de nim ready omo baba court na omo she chire maye bo nipa tuo e wo Techiman South any 2024 elections no John Dramani Mahama Shegana for boss say ye be bia investigations into it na ye hu say den nipa omo di sa bone no ya twe so. So these are the things as I speak to you no John Mahama ebo a ohye Ghana no we di sa ebo ni nyina so. Now Osa Eshe Ghana for Bobi Odisa Eboniswana. It is this. Ose initiate a probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRA spillage from the Akosobo and Kpong Dam that displaced and destroyed the livelihood of thousands of citizens in the Volta, Eastern and Greater Accra region. Now, Bokai say MP before Shada could be a year Akosobo Dam no emani ko twifa awonafo so Eastern region party bi and Sibio Greater Accra. John Mahama say obema omo bia investigations into this matter. Menoka say Attorney General ebia investigations omo hwehwem nipa omo di sa abone no. John Mahama share say the first 90 days no obeye. Menoka say John Mahama ye ema investigations no a start into omo di sa abone no. John Mahama ebo a ohye Ghana no sa abone we di so into 120 days 190 days John Mahama deliver about 90% of ebo or Ghana for. Now, over a year point 24, initiate a probe into the initiate immediate steps to compensate the flood victims, including those in Oti, Bono East, and Savannah regions. Omwa sebio insio efa omwa na aban na ehwehwe han MPP aban e dey politics eja omo ma sebio ebi mu bre no John Mahama shebo opposition say oba Oma insuo fa omo eye flat for omo Oti region for Bono East and Savannah regions no oka say oba immediately obe make sure say ya pesike bi ato a ye de be compensate omo anase ye de be pata omo e wo fa yawa omo femu abra ye bie nsuo no e ma nipa bebre se bi omo hwere omo japade ene omo nkwa John Mahama ba ye no first 90 days John Mahama sa ebo no hwe no we di so now or say carry out a shake up of all loss-making SOEs, that's the state-owned enterprises, and realign them to break even and transition into profit-making. John Mahama ka say, near was state-owned enterprises, a friend SOEs. Sa enterprises in Yasha Aban say, Nanso Juma no Mudi in Fanfa Swam Rabain. Moka say John Mahama ba be one ka say, Yawa a year SOEs and a buying agencies, we almost come into Beguru, no a day, Wakabia boom, and also a Mejibi. Send a bear omojuma no ebe konkane na ombetumi de den ombetumi de revenue and I say in faswaba fie John Mahama buy in first 90 days no make sure say some agencies we ha okeka mu nyina ebomu e ma ne be one be more efficient inti me no ka say John Mahama and amo na opese otu ema state agencies state owned enterprises etumi abo adwuma de infaso aba no John Mahama by in the first 90 days no obo say adwuma no e ma me no ka say and the majority of them are effective. That is why you see the dollar going down, you see the economy doing well, you see the government basically at this point trying to pay all our debt gradually. These are some of the things that Abaya Onimyansa or Sheba Odisuno or yeah. Inti John Mahama's first 120 days, he has done more than enough. He has done about 90% of about Oshe Ghana for. And it's Mr. Mekacho said, there's nothing like a perfect government. You are going to have a government, Sebio, everything 100%. But what John Mahama and the NDC are doing, it is over a perfect government in terms of Oshe development in this 4 months. In this 120 days, a Juma John Mahama Abbo. Any dear we need to keep the NDC in power for 42 years and over. It's memo bi antena baby da enkan just say John Mahama 120 days dey na waye ene na menya abotre adwudwom ama wate ase support this government will be mistakes young guy di omo aban baby bia bia yempe eno nche say aban ne mpe yasem aban be di no kura kire yenjintum yendi no kura kire aban no yenche tax aban so emphasize sika no emwaye eno na sesi a yehu a esesa ewo yabrabom inflation akofom and the employment ekosro. There are so many avenues aban ebia yefam bebu no adwuma. As we speak, infrastructure is about to start. When we say ekwan bi wa ya start here in sawom ade you could say aban no started in sakika kwan ye ka policies aban ka say obeye ni nyina no it's in the line. It is very, very important to say, we are Ghanaian. Say this government came to serve you. This government came to protect and to serve you as a nation. Do not let anybody lie to you. John Mahama and NDC Abu Ejuma 120 days where you won't be in the history of Ghana, and we will support this government. We will make sure say Aban we better swatch it. Aban we aban pa, aban we nimnyansa, aban we kanokre, aban we sebio entry and throw. Into every Ghanaian should understand the first 120 days, so me man the percentage are 120%. They have crossed the 100%. Me who be that? I followed politics for a long time. Now the Danko Ekufuado, obetina bemu 7 months, now the policy back implement here. I'm telling you, go back and check. But this is just 3 months to 4 months. John Mahama has crossed the 100% mark. He is doing 120%. It shows how ready they are to make sure Obubabua more Ghana for. Inti Ghana for, as time goes on, I'll be coming to make sure say adia John Mahama biano make you jom pepe emamati ase send the nyumbre maje penny say mubetie eye asempano. Now let's go to this matter that is making lots and lots of headlines. And before Mekomuno, there are a few things I'm best to busa abino. Makacha Ghana for say, as I sit here, I don't work for the government. I check the government. The reason why some people don't like me and they say, sometimes in their head, they feel say Kevin Taylor controls the government. No, Kevin Taylor checks the government. And whatever Kevin Taylor talks about is what the people want to be spoken on. And sometimes man for few say, Kevin is too powerful. It is not because I'm powerful. It is because the people who watch me are powerful. And the government is a listening government. And then I'm arguing yourself, you're powerful because the government knows that majority of the people are listening. And that if they don't listen to the people, they will have a problem. And see, I am not powerful. The people who are watching me or the people who watch me are powerful. And the government knows the people are powerful. It is all one banya. Sebio otieme. Na say indirectly otieni pana. The government is a listening government. If you're a journalist, a human in your day, Makacha journalist of Ghana, The job is not difficult. As far as you are going to use the principles to do the job, that's all. Don't make things up. Don't create confusion. Don't make stories out of nothing. Get your facts right. So ukuta facts na ejuma we na fu e Ghana. Ewiase ejuma e fu pa journalism. Because journalism rule ni abakope apply the code. And the code is speak the truth. Do not taint the fact. That's all. Upe ejuma e din wa asase we so mre. Ejuma e fu asase we so journalism. The only way bet my phone says so kind of cry. Ejuma ne fu. Now, someone kind of cry. This is the most difficult job because someone kind of cry. They be able to now to Ayampia. Now, you so be no one to qua. Now, you so be town. Now, you say, oh, Kaidi, oh, can endra. Memetna, men for some me Kaidi, me can endra because they can endra near facts. Into a Juma way, technically, the amount me platform we are strong and say, Abiding recognize the strength of the people. And Abiding knows where the people, their ear is. So when I speak, the government knows the people are speaking through me. So it is not me that is powerful. The people are the ones who are powerful. So if the government is listening to my platform and listening and maybe sometimes listen to the things I say, not because me are extraordinary, it is because the government knows the people's ear is here. And if you're a journalist and you want the people's ear to be on your platform, all that you need to do is use the facts. That's all. And you're ding. And you're hey, and I wait here, and Ibrahim Mahama, and I Dabi, and no, you need to bring the facts and make your case. And then a Ghana form because say yes, technology, because they will go and fact check you. I'm going to fact check this one. Technology, I know it will prove say you are telling the gospel truth. And yan tietiemu, and ya cho, and ya monatuo, and ya sebio bema anasa kotitietia, and ya nyansa, and ahobrasie, and no kre. The platform belongs to the people. The eye of the people, or the ears of the people, no ewaha. That is why sometimes more Ghana, some of you feel say I control government. Me to abai kraman to be. Me president onyamadamfo. Me mo abai na mo chichire ono enya na me chichire. My job here is to check the government. If you are a smart government, you look out for platforms that the people's ear. Baby anipa na sunwo. That is where you, the government, so you're smart, now you're intelligent, now you're listening. That is where you listen. And anytime some of you think say I control the government, I don't. The people who listen to me, they control the government. Now, here, and I want to speak to the government about something. This woman, I'm asking a simple question, and I'm asking the government of the day. These are three women, obianim their position in our politics. Some were appointed by Akufo-Addo. In fact, one was a personal secretary to Akufo-Addo. Now, it's been 4 months, 120 days. I want to ask the president a simple question. The CEO of Food and Drugs Authority, a friend of Delis, Mimi Dakun, Yvonne Nana Efriye Opare, MD, Ghana Airport Company Limited, and Sarah to Atta, CIP, Ghana Airport, Kotoka International Airport. Mibusa, the government of the day, say, and this is directed at the President of the Republic. Why are these women still at posts? Because when the MPP were in government, these people were at posts and they did not deliver. So nobody can convince me, say, these three women, they should still be at posts. There was a reason why Ghanaians voted. And the vote was for you to change managers. For you to change people who had run this country down. This lady at the Ghana Food and Drugs Authority, this woman needs to be sacked. She needs to be kicked out. This woman at the Ghana Airport Company, this woman needs to be kicked out. This woman who used to be the personal secretary to Akufo-Addo, Sarah to Atta, what is she doing at CIP? From my checks, CIP has not even produced one receipt of revenue collected by the government of the day. This woman, Sarah to Atta. So why should the government be keeping this woman? Why should they be at post? And those people who are in this government protecting these women who are incompetent, who think their personal interest is what the people they can use to lie to the people. I am telling you today, you have to pick a fight with me. Because until these people are sacked, I will never make John Mahama. You will never rest. They are equally competent Ghanaians and competent NDC people, NDC women who can fill these positions. John Mahama told us that his second coming, his third coming, he wanted to give women opportunity. These are women who could not deliver. And they are not the only women in Ghana. So these women are supposed to be sacked. Whoever is in the NDC who thinks he's powerful, he can use his fucking power, small power that they have gotten, to intimidate people for these women to be kept there. I am telling you, then I'll go into the grave with you. These 3 women are supposed to be sacked. And this goes to the president. If you want the people to trust you, if you want the people to know that you came to serve with people who believe in your vision, because none of these people believe in your vision. They believed in the Akufo-Addo MPP vision. So why is it that today, John Mahama, you have power, and these 3 incompetent ladies are still filling positions, whilst we have women in the NDC and women in Ghana who are equally qualified than these women to do this job? So, Mr. President, with all due respect to you, Mr. President, whoever is in the NDC thinking that these are his girls, let me say this again. Whoever is in the NDC thinking that these are his girls, he can use these women to feel important in the NDC, then you, this person, have an issue with you. You will not rest, and I wouldn't rest until these women are checked and sacked. So, Mr. President, I am directing this at you. I am not going to direct it to anybody. I am directing this at you. You are not weak. You came in to serve. You came in to do what we want. These women do not believe in your vision. The people who believe in your vision are the people who supported you to come to power. And those are the people you need to put in positions to help you sustain this government and keep your party in power. This lady at Ghana Food and Drugs Authority, she needs to be sacked. Mami we were born chrono tiwa obo at the Papa Ben Food and Drugs Authority. This woman, Yvonne Nana Efriye, this is an MPP card bearing member. We know her affiliation to Akufo-Addo. We know her affiliation to the MPP. Why are we? And I'll direct this to Julius Debra and the rest in the Jubilee House, the Flagstaff House, the Chief of Staffs. Julius Debra, Standogbe. I'm directing to Valerie Sawyer. I'm directing to the president. You people need to take action. All of you people at this Flagstaff House, this is not a joke. If you people can't do the job, walk out. It is not about presidential ambition. It is not about, hey, this person here, he pleases the left and he pleases the right. That nonsense I don't want to hear. It is not about feeling that this is my time to be president. This is the time somebody has to do something for me. This is not the time for people to think that I reach to the left, I reach to the right. That is my foot. I need somebody who can lead. And you people should take action on this, or else we will organize the base. We will organize the base because people cannot put their lives on the line. We can bring John Mahama to power for some people's selfish, stupid interest to overshadow the party's vision. That nonsense will not happen. So you people should make sure next week these women, they are moved, or else they'll be part of my show. And Mr. President, you will not breathe. Every single day I will be on you. I will let the people understand that you are not being truthful until these ladies are kicked out. This NCCE lady, she's not here. She needs to be sacked. NCCE lady, she needs to be sacked. In fact, I will bring the list of people who are not supposed to be in this government. Ade omomuye Juma, eka Ghana hon sempa, e believe in the vision of John Mahama and NDC. Omo yankwasi afwana. Ejuma ben and Mawe ya, they cannot be kicked out from their positions. And Mawe omo chenwai. Sa lady a friend Saratu Ata, she was a personal secretary to Akufo-Addo. Ade ye Jimmy ana. Ana say moju say etikro mu ye Jimmy. And people should just work for you people, and that these people be sitting and enjoying the perks. Abra almost bri omo jeni efa ka koye campaigns. Eko nkrase, women who are equally intelligent, women who are capable of doing this job. And I'm directing this to this person in the NDC, and I know you. And you think you can take the NDC and make it your property. You can't. Because people sacrifice their lives to bring the NDC where they are. Not a single person. And then the people didn't seek the NDC about power. I'm making this clear. Those people who are working in Ghana, making themselves feel said they are the ones who are financially controlling the NDC, and they did put all their money in the NDC. See, I can see a receipt about a printing obia invoice. Those people will go to their rooms, they will not come out again. Because majority of you people, you are working with names, you don't contribute anything to the NDC. And we don't want to do dirty. Because if you people want us to go dirty, we can go dirty. Maintain your levels. These women will leave. May say, I am not here to please you people. I am not here to please anybody in the NDC. If I'm not even here to please John Mahama, who the hell is in the NDC? Obey to me, I can say, maybe please, you know. John Mahama that I decided. John Mahama that Ghanaians have hope in. We all put everything on the line to bring back to power. If John Mahama, I'm not going to make John Mahama rest. Who is the chicken to make noise? Mr. Dencham no and I say I will not make him rest because if these decisions are not taken, I will not make the president rest. Who is the chicken who is going to make noise? No chicken. No chicken. I am not indebted to anybody in the NDC. Nobody. And I'm no side contract. And nobody is my friend. The right thing must be done. These 3 women, they all have to be fired. They all have to be kicked out. Decent people, competent women, Ghanaians, men, they can fill this position. I don't want to come back to this matter because when I come back to this matter, the Flagstaff house will not look good. The grassroots too, they need jobs. There are women who can do this job. These are 3 corrupt women. And that man in the NDC who thinks that you can force your way to intimidate people, me, I'm ready for you. I am telling you, I respect you, but I am ready. These women, they'll be changed, whether you like it or not. Now, make us show you something here. It's exactly 10 p.m. in Ghana. Mumi and Jujum, Abuache, Yejinem, Gigim.